So, you asked me about Philly defense before my phone died out on me.
His phones are wanted to.
Just tell me about
Sorry.
it. This is the only way I'm doing this, and I forgot to plug it in like an idiot. So, you probably missed a lot of rant about Jordan saying about Chris Hogan. He expects Chris Hogan to have a big game. He expects they just shut out Danny Amendola. Phil Dorsett will also have a good game, and Gronkowski. Do you think they can find a key factor in Gronk?
Oh, he's always no matter what he does, he's always a factor in. And what's interesting is that's what's so special about that tight end position. All right, that I think. All right, because obviously tight ends, how are you going to rate a tight end's game based on the amount of receptions that he gets, or the amount of touchdowns that he scores, or all that other crap? You know what? Just disregard that. All right. Game simply by being a block. I mean, duh, come on, people. I think that's what I'm saying, and that's why I think Gronk is he's so. If he catches a pass, he is going to be a factor in this game, and it's probably going to become. He's probably be more of a factor in making sure that he stays the course of the game rather than catching any balls. That's my prediction, by the way. I think the Eagles, with any team, really, they put two guys on him. He almost becomes obsolete. Right. But you know what? Let's use him in the running game. Let's use him as a. That's where I think he's going to be the most effective tomorrow.
So you asked me a question, and the question was, what do you think about the Phillies defense, correct?
Big, bad Phillies defense.
I'm not afraid.
Not afraid. Okay. All right. Mind you, the there's any way.
Since when?
And if there's any way in the league this year, all right, they've supported one of the best front fours, all right? If there's any way.
Wait a second. We got a question. All right. This is from, I'm going to say his first name, Jeff. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. He wants us to talk about Brady, and wait, I can't see that far. Oh, okay. Do you think
the sun on the lips? Come on, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't see my phone that far.
Right.
He wants us to talk about Brady and if he's gonna surpass Jordan.
Oh, okay. Oh, getting back on the greatest athlete
let me ask you.
All time.
Do you think so?
Yes.
I don't.
Absolutely. What do you mean? Surpass Jordan how? Surpass him as far as because mind you, I think Jordan was also in his 40s when he retired.
Right, but
Jordan, are you talking about longevity? What
how many rings
about?
does Jordan have? Not you, Jordan. I got none.
And now I actually that is a damn good question. I think Jordan has does he have six?
He has
six. 6 rings.
6.
Jeez,
so if Brady wins tomorrow, he will have 6.
You know what? It's very I will say this. It's very difficult to compare, especially those two sports. All right. I mean, for the most part, you're talking about two different things, and all these different tangibles come up to affect
Did he pass Joe Montana?
Performance. Yes, yeah, of course it did. So yeah, it's better than I hate to say he's better than Joe. We have a texter here asking, "How's it going?"
Oh, tell that person it's going great.
Fine.
As always.
But no, anyway, just to kind of recap on that, Jeff. I believe that tomorrow's game is definitive because I believe at this point, all right, if yes, he will become the best athlete of all time. However, then again, you have to admit that Michael Jordan, he technically did play baseball too, so professionally. Yeah, but not professionally. Technically, Jordan played it professionally. I don't know. I believe Tom Brady can do anything that he puts his mind to. All right.
Let me tell you this.
I bet we'll see him on the PGA Tour a couple. Maybe on the Senior Tour 10 years from now.
I think for Brady to pass Jordan, I think he needs to have 7 rings, not 6.
7 rings. But how do you? His football is such.
I know it's a different sport than.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You get battered around.
But Jordan isn't Jordan
you get the crap kicked out of you.
Isn't Jordan the best athlete?
It's tough to say.
Well, that's what they're
my
saying.
friend.
That's what they're
It's really
saying.
tough to say. Both, you know.
Okay.
Remember, you know, it's very difficult to see. Okay, my is, what are you going to do? I think the definition of like what a true clutch player is. What is it to be clutch? Clutch means like when you are down, all right, when the chips are down, you come through, all right? When your team is down, you come through. I'm just trying to think if Jordan has ever been in any game where he had to come back from like in a championship game, game 7, let's say of the NBA Finals. I'm not counting those other games, all right? Because God only knows you have enough time to get the train righted on the track, so to speak, all right? But like in a game 7. But in a game 7, coming back from a deficit of let's say 23, 23, we're down by 23 points in like the third quarter or whatever, to come back and win a game like that. All right. Now we all, but is he that? In definition, Tom Brady is the that way.
So let me ask you this question. So the score tomorrow: Eagles 23, Patriots 0. Third quarter. You worried?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If there's any indication of what the Patriots can do, it's you know, saying if anything, give me that deficit. Because Tom Brady, and I think that's where the whole Patriots team they're best. They're down. I mean, trend. What do you think?
What do you think about that catch in the AFC Championship with Amendola in the back?
But that's what I'm saying. Just take a look at that. There's your answer right there. You know, if anything, seeing this Patriots team, I have that much more resolve to kick ass like in the third and fourth quarter.
What do you think?
Come back and win.
All right. So, what do you think the score will be?
Tough to say. Everyone's, it's funny because I'm doing a little.
I heard on the radio today.
Analysis. Everyone's expecting like a high scoring affair, but there's a thing. Super Bowls are not by high scoring affairs. Super Bowls are won by defense. You know. Yeah. Let's not talk about those 85 Bears.
No, you. Bitch.
Yeah.
Do you remember seeing that game on TV?
No. Busy. Learning how to use the potty and picking my nose. I know those were dark times right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. I choose not to remember those years. Once, Chicago, fabulous defense right there. But and even like when you're talking about how to defeat the Patriots, it's defense. All right. How effective is that Philadelphia's D going to be? Here's the thing. Okay. Good point about teams.
Oh, right.
You know. Yeah. Put it in terms.
I believe. Okay.
You believe you can fly?
I believe I can fly. Hey, fly Eagles fly. Remember that? That's their slogan.
Jeez.
They're just all
Please.
they're full of themselves. That's all.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. And rightfully so. I mean, just like us. We would be the same way.
Yeah, but I we've seen this time and time again, and it seems like this happens every game.
Yeah.
It's just like this. These teams, they just come out of the gates like a. And have those defense and these exotic.
Let me explain.
In the long run, you've already exhausted everything. You have nothing, and then by the third and fourth quarter, you got nothing. You're gassed. What can you do? I mean, here's the thing. I feel, come down to a game of attrition. If the Eagles want to stay in this game, it's going to be after attrition. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm going to explain to you nice and slowly. Okay.
Just the way I like it.
I believe the Eagles will fly. They will fly so high.
Yeah, but what happened when I fly? With the you get to you fly the sun, you're going to melt and crash down.
Monica, the defense wouldn't have any idea what to do. No, and it's really true, dude. Honestly, I gotta turn this down. As we've been watching the games, quarter, third quarter, right? Patriots don't do anything, so you better just watch the fourth quarter. That's how I've been seeing them lately. Was that Robbie?
No.
And I believe during the fourth quarter they get too excited, so they think they already won the game until Tom Brady starts throwing darts down the field, and they just can't catch up. You know.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's you're gonna look at that. I think that's what's gonna happen. But like I said before, though.
But hold on, wait, let me cut you off. Do you think they tried during the first quarter? Do you think they tried?
Yeah, and that's
I have to disagree with you. That I think the Patriots are just it's gonna play a little bit like all right.
Right, I think that. But here's the thing. I just think that the first and second quarters are only a prelude. All right, it only to something that's going to happen later on. I feel like those first and second quarters, they are kind of getting a feel for the game. They're kind of feeling out how things are working, and and if they realize that way that they don't want them, they make those adjustments. I feel like those first and second quarters are just like almost like trial runs.
Well,
in a way,
all right, so that's what I believe now.
Yeah,
and we'll find out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Because you and I will be texting each other back and forth.
Oh, I'm sure. You gonna watch the game in Maine or?
No, I'm gonna watch it in Foxborough.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna
fly.
Go
to Toby Keith's. All right, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. No, I'm gonna go to my uncle's house in Foxborough.
Oh, you have an uncle that lives in Foxborough?
I do.
Oh, okay.
My dad's gonna come down
right.
from Maine.
Yeah.
Myself and my girlfriend Rachel, we're gonna go and watch the.
I actually played around. I played around with the notion about possibly going to Minnesota.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, but how fun would that be? Take a little road trip out there.
Do you want to take the show down there next time?
Of course. Football season, we are, but watching a Red Sox game for $8 at the Rogers Center.
How much is it?
It's $8. I mean, $8
for a ticket. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only sports I love so far is football. I know nothing about baseball, so you're going to have to teach me that.
You mean sports singular?
Is that an app?
It's all right. No.
Let me ask you this question.
In the next couple of weeks. Go Sox.
Are baseball tickets that much here in Boston? How much is?
Oh, yeah. You got a second mortgage on your home just to go to a game these days. It's ridiculous.
So why down there it's cheaper than here?
That's because it's Canada, the conversion rate. Canada.
So the Red Sox play in Canada?
Well, yeah.
See, listen, I don't know my ass to my elbow through this. Honest to God.
Anyway, let's get back on. It's going to be played tomorrow, people. All right. I mean, my God. All right. Talked about things. Is Philly's defense going to show up on the? Do you think Philadelphia is going to do any damage? Everyone's, like I said before, everyone's predicting that this game is going to be a shootout. I think otherwise. I think it's going to be a very defensive-minded game, and I don't see having such a prolific day on offense as he did against the Vikings during the NFC Championship game. I mean, there's no way. I don't care what the Patriots have on defense. All right,
you know.
On defense, all right, but you know what? It goes to show time and time again. This is what I like about Belichick: is defensive-minded coach, and when right there, I think way he's going to take balls or whatever the heck that he's been chucking on up there. All right, those Hail Marys going to alleviate that. All right, I think is going to be focused primarily on their run game, which dangerous, and seeing that the Patriots do have, they've been, showing some really not the best run defense. However, I do think that is going to be a major factor. I think that's going to be the they can stay in this game. What do you think?
I think you're 100% right. I think Belichick is going to take away Foles' weapon, his number one weapon, and I believe that he's not ready for that. He has not seen that
Take
yet.
away his number one weapon. You mean his spirituality?
Yeah.
So Foles, mind you, by the way. Okay, I All right. You know, you only want to be a minister, right? That's objective to be a minister. All right.
I mean, I don't think he's that good.
He's got. I think he does. He's got a big guy upstairs. That might, and that could be a determining factor as well. You know, so far away.
Yes. He just like how we did it to Tim Tebow. You know.
Oh jeez.
It's true. Isn't it true?
Poor Tim.
No, I'm being honest.
Actually, Tebow, a Patriot for like I don't know, like a half a game or something.
Not even half a game. A week.
Oh jeez, a week. Jeez, make it off the practice squad or no?
Tell me about it. But no, I don't think Mr. Foles is ready for it because.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because how long has it been? How many games has he been the quarterback for? Listen, I don't think Minnesota showed up to that game.
Oh, Minnesota. Yeah, I completely that showed nothing, and it's a shame too because everyone. I think offense has been so overrated. I think Minnesota played their worst game of their season during the AFC Championship of all right to have a game of the season on such a stage. What happened? And I think that the Eagles' offense is getting way much more credit than they really deserve based on that one game. I mean, what I'm saying. Did you see that Philadelphia and Atlanta game? Close. God only knows. Had Mohamed Sanu actually pulled in that catch, that last play, that last throw from Matt Ryan, then you're talking about a completely different game. And then you're talking about a rematch probably in Super Bowl 52 with Atlanta. You know, I think though, I don't know, not to sound too, metaphysical or anything like that, but team, I believe that they're a team of destiny. All right, we've seen teams of destiny. We talked about this on the show last week. All right, take for example the 07 Giants, an 8-8 team, such a run as to disrupt one of the most forces that the game has ever seen. Those 2007 Patriots, 18-0, mind you, up until that Super Bowl, right?
Got that right.
And what happened? Team of destiny. I don't.
Defense of the past was so.
But that's what I'm saying. Getting at here, do you think that the Eagles actually have that defense that the Giants did back in 07?
No.
I mean, if you get a good front four, making life uncomfortable for your quarterback. It's a possibility, but however, the only thing is, you got to keep in mind too that 07 Giants team, it was a complete defensive effort. All right, and by defense, it's front four. All right, it's also the secondary and the linebackers, because the Giants had amazing secondary, amazing linebackers during that 07 season. What does Philadelphia have as far as linebackers and as far as the secondary is concerned? They have nothing.
They have you're right, but I mean, let me ask you this: Do you think Eli Manning is that good?
Apparently not. He got benched this past season.
Well, because he stinks. All right. Quick PSA break.
PSA break?
Yes, this PSA is about drugs. Don't do drugs, don't drink and drive. All right, here we go. We're going to take a little quick break, and we'll be right back. Here we go.
I want to be a track star.
No one ever says, I want to be a junkie when I grow up.
I want to be a ballerina.
Yet thousands of kids let getting high make a mess of their lives.
I want to be a nurse.
Don't let drugs get in the way of your dreams.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
To come to my place for a little party. You'll like my friends. They're good listeners. And with this new drug, crack, I'm attracting a younger crowd. Bill here is 16. Tracy, cute gal. 14. So join the party. Try crack. I could use the company.
Hey, little dude, send your mama and daddy out of the room. I gotta get you up on this. You know who I am. Snake, dealing in weed, coke, crack, your choice. Take one hit and you'll do anything to cop more. Steal from your mama, lie, cheat on your homeboys. But hey, that's the price you pay when you deal with dudes like me. Now, some folks will tell you that I'm dealing in poison. But hey, do I look like the kind of guy that would do that to a kid like you? Yes!
Tell you one thing, it's tough being 14. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of tough things out in the streets today.
I've been around and tried everything.
There's a new drug called crack out there.
Been on my own for over a year now.
Crack's made from cocaine, but it's more addicting than cocaine. And some girls who get hooked on crack will walk a long way to get it.
One thing I really don't know about is tomorrow.
Doing drugs is like being on top of the world. Everyone says so. Everyone seems to be having one dandy old time. Part of or is it? Just think about this. Before you go and do something you've never done, you just better know what you're jumping into.
You'll like my friends. They're good.
All right, we're back to the Jordan show. Very sorry about. I'm sorry. Gotta listen to that. Sorry. Oh man. Alright, we're back. To be honest with you, I don't feel time yet to fill the time for 30 minutes to law. So I'm just but everybody yeah. Don't smoke crack either. But hey, listen, I just want everyone at home to know during that time that you were talking, I'm sitting here, I'm Googling PSAs, because PSAs are free, because I know Facebook ain't cutting me out of that stuff. So I typed in 80s PSA. I guess back in the 80s, crack was a very big guy.
Hey, you know,
Don't do crack.
still isn't dead, right?
Oh, do you got some? All right. So,
Anyway, getting back on track here. All right. 2017, New England. Want to just put here best we can do. All right, and by the best that we can do, I trust me. I love this team. I love what it stands for. But you know, I was actually looking at a couple of Super Bowl actually shows, like at NFL Network, chronicle Super Bowls of the past, and I took a look. They were just showing highlights from that 2002 and also that 2004 Patriots team. And I was just thinking, just from what we've seen, if in fact that this 2017 team isn't is kind of a letdown. What do you think?
I don't think our defense is that great.
Okay, and I'm looking at that too, but but isn't it on the league just how bad things are? All right, on the whole. All right, that a team that the Patriots put forward this year can make it all the way to the Super Bowl. I think. I mean, come on, NFL. You can't give us anything. You can't
compete against.
That's
Really?
what I'm saying. All right. Now you look at it in the perspective of, and don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a talent issue at all. What I do think is, once again, I think it comes down to coaching. I really do. I think it comes down to coaching. I think it comes down to discipline. Nothing like that at all. From what I've seen.
I think if the Steelers,
Pittsburgh. Okay, good point. Take Pittsburgh Steelers for example. All right. I mean, you have probably one of the most talented teams, personnel-wise, and I think in the history of the league. Yet you can't make it to the AFC Championship game. You can't beat a New England team who has like technically no one on defense, like no star players. That's what I'm saying. I just think I don't know. Pittsburgh just does not have the discipline that
I think
that New England does.
If Pittsburgh went to the AFC Championship game, I think it would have been a completely different game.
No, some. Do you see them? Do you see them winning? Do you see them beating New England?
I think it would have been a tough challenge. You know.
All right. Well, Jacksonville kind of gave you a tough challenge. You know, gave us a tough challenge. But you know, at the same time, I mean, you got to look at that. Who's their coach too? Doug Marrone, really? You may remember Doug Marrone, by the way, from as coach of the Buffalo Bills team. What they go like 1-16 that year?
Yeah.
I just
but
no,
coach.
I just think that he lets the players talk whatever way they want to talk. If anything, I think he feeds into it. I think he likes to feed in. You know, he likes to feed into that hype. If anything, Tom Brady actually brought this up during Media Monday. During that whole shenanigans of what's going on at the Mall of America right now. And to be quite honest, he's absolutely right. What did he say? It's all hype. That's all hype. I mean, obviously, it's great for marketing, like we said before. If your team is not winning, then what's the point? You know, we talked about earlier that the Patriots, you know, treating this team as a business as such. Business people get the job done. All right? Business people don't have time to go out of their way to talk trash. All right? And that's what you get with a lot of these teams, I've noticed. They just, you know, the coaches just let the players run rampant and shoot their mouths off. How is that? No wonder your team, no wonder your team is not meeting up the.
Name me one thing would
happen. Yeah. The team wouldn't have the success that they've been having.
If Malcolm Butler talk some crap.
Well, you saw what happened. Okay, you saw what happened to Malcolm Butler. There was some, if anything, he was getting a little disenfranchised with the way things are going. I think there was some entitlement going on there. He wanted to make more money, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. This past year. But you know what? It literally, I mean, I think the higher ups just told him, hey, you're going to have to settle. You know, slow your roll, basically. All right? And if you still want to be on this team, if you still want to be on this championship team and have another run, you got to leave your ego at the door, basically. And I don't feel like the mantra going forward with a lot of these organizations.
Why do you think he was so upset?
Well, of course. What do you mean, Malcolm Butler?
Yeah.
Of course he's going to be upset. Doesn't everyone want to get paid more?
Because of
I just want to make $1 here.
We just made 50 cents. Don't worry about it, man.
Hey, you know what? I'll take the
no. Justin and Jonah show.
None.
WDD.
Anyway, but
Sports radio.
It's all the sense of entitlement, and another thing that kind of wanted to bring up. You're going to see this a lot, especially after tomorrow's game. You know, regardless of who wins, especially if the Patriots win, I was going to say. All right, then you're going to have like these players that were venerable no-names. You know, you're going to see them, of course, wanting more for their time, wanting more for their effort. Is that so wrong? Absolutely not. However, that's not the way the Patriots do business. Sorry.
After pay cut.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Money. Because well, where are his priorities? I'm sorry, but like I'm convinced his ball is about winning. Yeah, it's about winning. If he could, he would. I'm sure. You know what? But that's what I'm saying. He's made enough. I think. You know, this goes to show. You know, the beautiful country that we live in. I mean, you know, you could. It's like the Olympics. He could be an Olympic athlete. All right. What are the Olympic athletes? What do they make? They make nothing. Nada. All right. But you know, I'll tell you.
Nada.
What they do have is endorsements. All right, and that's I'm sure he could make like a crap load off of endorsements and play for free, and he'd be as happy as a clam. What's his bottom line? Like I said before, it's winning. And I don't think a lot of teams understand that. A lot of coaches understand. You know what? They let the players get in the way, And I'm sorry, in order to run a successful organization, you can't, for lack of a better term, I might get in trouble for this, have the inmates running the asylum.
Well, I think that's the problem.
Okay.
I think if you just let the team just talk their mouth.
Yeah. If you let them run their mouths. Right?
Why do you think
Yeah.
defenses on the Patriots side never say anything about the other team's offense in a bad way?
Exactly, because it goes more than being a class act. All right, it's distraction. All that banter that you hear other teams talk. What it is. It's a distraction.
All right, so you remember the
and obviously their priorities are in a different place other than the bottom line, which is winning. That's
you
the way
remember
it
the
should
Tennessee
be.
Titans defensive guy? I can't remember what his name was. I just remember his number 31. He said he was gonna make Tom Brady look like Blake Bortles. You remember that?
Yeah. I think I remember that quote. Yeah.
Talk in your mouth, no game.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. You know what? And don't get
Keep
me wrong.
talking.
It's fine. Go ahead, run your mouth. You
But
can run
prove
your
it,
mouth.
prove
But
it,
if you have
prove
nothing,
it.
yeah, exactly. But if you have nothing to back it up, though, I mean, if anything, it's bad. It's detrimental. Why is it detrimental? Because football is sport, right? If you run your mouth, you're not only. I mean, you may personally back it up with your best effort. All right, but guess what? Football is a team sport. Team sport than any other sport. All right. Well, maybe aside from baseball, but a pitcher can completely dominate the game.
Right.
All right. But the team, and I think it's a. Come on. Yet no one understands. They don't understand that it goes beyond the individual.
Stop you for right there. If Bill Belichick was sitting right here,
He'd agree with me.
You had one, yeah, clearly, because you're on a roll. And you had one question to ask him, he will answer it, 100% answer it, because that was part of the deal. One question, what would it be?
Jeez, one question to ask Bill. I'm almost afraid to ask him anything because I already know what the answer would be. I don't know. It would just be like,
We're moving on to tomorrow.
get my question
Moving
answered.
on
So what's the point of
tomorrow.
asking?
No, but no, honestly, he'll answer it normally, like a human being.
Jeez.
He won't throw a booger at you. Go.
I don't know. I'd like to ask him what his golf handicap is, I guess. But
Would you do that? No. Would that be the question to ask him? Would you ask him how hot his wife is?
I ask him if he can sing "Living on a Prayer" for me from Bon Jovi. If he could just give me like one
You
line,
wouldn't ask
I
him
think that'd
anything-
be good. Just
anything
please,
about-
can you? Do you know? I was like, give me the opening lyrics to "Living on a."
Ask him.
What a
You can ask him
dead
anything about the Patriots, New England Patriots, and he would have to answer it because that was the deal. So if you say, Bill, every morning, do you put steroids in their drinks? He would have to answer it correctly.
Oh God. Yeah,
But I mean honestly, because you know how he is.
Well, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I think right now we're living in the here and now, and everything is great in New England, and everything is like, oh, this is spectacular. The Patriots are going to their to their 10th Super Bowl, I think.
What,
right?
Yeah, but eighth in the Bill Belichick Brady era.
Oh yeah, eighth in the Belichick Brady area, and that's all fine and dandy. All right. Oh, I thought you were hitting something.
Nope, my water.
Not that type of show. Remember, there's a public service announcement against that. All right, boys and girls. Anyway,
I don't do that, guy.
that's whack.
I eat popcorn.
But no, I would like to ask him if it was up to him, if he would retain, if he was calling the shots, if he would retain Jimmy. That's all I want to know moving forward, because I think he's looking. I don't know. I already have a feeling the answer that I'm going to get, but I feel like I already, it's a question. I think if he was calling the shots, ultimately, yeah, because
There's a reason why I asked you this question, okay? There was a reporter after, I think, the first playoff game. Or one of the regular season game. I can't remember which one it was, but I can remember the reporter said to him, Bill, do you think Brady will throw any more deep balls down the field? Okay. And right, and I distinctly remember Belichick saying,
that's gonna go down like
ready?
like the Titanic hitting an iceberg.
Pretty much what he was saying was, I should just give you my playbook at that time. Do you want access to my playbook? I mean, you don't ask. Some reporters I listen to, do they just do it for show?
I think I don't know. I think reporters are like the opposing team's defenses. They automatically get frozen, deer in headlights. Whoop, crap their pants. Words. That's it.
I would say, Bill, let me ask you a question about the 1985 Bears defense. Do you ever see yours he?
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you bring up something about the game, like, hey, what's wrong with Brady's hand? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or anything. I just close the team. Yeah, you're laughing over there.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the answer you would get. You know, like. It's,
I don't know.
It's irrelevant, you know. But
and then do you realize when he doesn't speak loud? I don't know. Yeah. Moving on to Cincinnati. That game, Whippy.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's the approach. Obviously, that's the approach you need to have. You can't get distracted by
other coaches.
Who cares about so and so's hand? You know, I mean, doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
You have other coaches that will just go tell you the whole.
They'll tell you the person's back history. They'll tell you what that particular player had for lunch and dinner the day before. You know, but that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that is irrelevant. It's a distraction from the bigger picture. And it's so easy. You figure it's such a simple concept. I don't think a lot of teams have that, and I think that is the problem with a lot of. I think it was a problem with the league this past year. Talk about distractions. 2017. Let's just recap for a little bit here. All right. 2017 I felt distractions. What's off? All right. Kneeling during the national anthem. What do the way the game is played? Okay, one big distraction right there.
Okay.
If anything, that's what I'm saying. I feel like instances like that undermine the sport,
right?
You know, undermine, or how about this? Or even better yet, forget the sport, undermine the business of what you're trying to, you know. I don't know. I think it is.
Well, I don't think I.
And by adhere to it, I'm saying ignore it. Ignore the crap that our illustrious commander is putting out there. I don't know. Yeah, but you can say here's the thing, but they're
that's fine.
Okay, but what do you think we should be done with those players that kneel? Were you going to fire them?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Seriously, you're going to be concerned about the product that you're putting out there. All right? Everyone was commenting this past 2017 that ratings dropped.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, in the NFL.
And I think they should throw back uniforms.
Once again, distraction. That's it. You know? And there's only so much you can cover it up, right?
And you know.
All right. Now, if I swear, if someone did that crap, all right, on a Belichick team and was running their mouth, well, we all know what he would do. Yeah, exactly. You get the boot. He has. It's amazing.
He off the team.
Imagine that.
Because he opened up his mouth. Yo, I'm not getting any love here. You know. I just want someone to say good job or something.
Well, you know what? That's.
Belichick is like, you want me to tell you good job? And you just said that come to me. Don't announce that. Bye. See ya.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love it. You know what? Their mantra is, it doesn't matter who you are, right?
That whole season, and Belichick would have traded on the rest. You wouldn't trade him halfway.
I agree, yeah.
Minnesota.
Absolutely. You. No?
Action. Tell me if you remember this guy, okay? I'm not going to give a name.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. These are all distractions.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. The second half, we couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our totally kicked in the second half.
All right, who do you think that was?
Oh, wow. It sounds like my old football high school coach. I mean, we we didn't do diddly squat that year either.
His first name is Jim. Right here. I'm helping you out here. First name is Jim.
Jim.
Come on, you got this.
Jim Caldwell.
Nope. No. Last name.
Jeez, apparently you're putting me to shame right here.
Last name begins with an M. Mora.
Oh, yeah, Jim. Of course, Jim Moore, the Saints
team-
coach, right?
There you go. What year?
That I know. Ooh, jeez. Is this when he was ranting about the playoffs? He said playoffs.
Oh. Wait.
What year was that?
Wait.
Got me on that one. I don't know.
What did you say? Did you say playoffs?
Well, I'll start off by saying this. Do not blame that game on the defense, okay? I don't care who you play, whether it's a high school team, a junior college team, a college team, much less an NFL team. When you turn the ball over 5 times, 4 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 3 others in field position to set up touchdowns, you ain't gonna beat anybody I just talked about. Anybody. I'm very impressed with.
That's right. Tell him.
To him. Do you remember?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Remember that? I'm surprised we can even win a game. And he said it just like that, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. But where's that type of honesty? Do you get that? Do you get that anywhere else? Nah. It's like a, it's a throwback.
Would you ever hear Bill Belichick saying that?
No.
Playoffs?
Well, I'm sure if Bill, if he really spoke what's on his mind, I'm sure he would. It's funny. You know what? I realize, like, even during Patriots wins, he really never gives any individual that much credit. It's all about moving forward. It's all about, it's not about dwelling on the past or even. But I think even despite the, it could be like a blowout game, and he would still find, if you really got down to it, he would still find something that they did wrong, or that someone did wrong.
My other favorite one. He was a New York Jets coach. Okay. See if we can recognize the voice.
Being a professional, and they're going to do that. They're going to be a pro. That's part of the deal. Everyone here is going to be that.
That's Todd Bowles?
Nope. I'll play a little bit more.
Now, if they don't do that, then that's coaches, players, management, anybody. They don't do that, then they...
Last name is Edwards.
Oh, Herm Edwards.
Whatever happened to him?
Oh, man. Jeez, that's what I'm saying. All right. I'm saying they just fade into obscurity, once again, you get down to really the heart of things. It's all a business, and that's what I'm saying. Business can be very cutthroat, only the strong. That's what I'm saying. Only the strong survive.
Did you like Mike Ditka?
Oh yeah. Again, once again, but once again, very defensive-minded coach. I mean, he really, made those Chicago Bears really sock into those pants back in '85. Actually, he put together a lot of good defensive ball clubs. I like his mantra too, But once again, I feel like that way of doing things, you don't see that anymore. I don't think you have those those hard-nosed coaches that won't give up a lot. Or like, for example, Bill Parcells, one of the best coaches of all time. Bill Parcells, hands down, one of the best coaches of all time. All right, how come you don't have have coaches like that anymore? It just seems like, if anything, it just seems like the coaches.
He took the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Took the Patriots that year with what they had, took them to a Super Bowl. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the mark of a good coach. I think is doing a lot with a little. I mean, that's kind of another topic, yeah. But getting back on terms of treating this game like as a business of such. What happens in a business? You do your job. You move on. You think forward. All right. I don't think a lot of teams do that. A lot of teams don't do that. And it's a shame. No. If anything, I hate to say this, you have people like Rex Ryan, for example. All right? Now, he was great. He was great among his players. But what does that say, though? You're great among your players, but you
yourself and how you handle the public.
Well,
he made fun of every single situation that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Belichick will never say that. He blames it on himself.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't coach that well.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady could have thrown 5 interceptions. Would he blame that on Brady?
No.
Not whatsoever.
Well, deep down inside, he maybe.
Not whatsoever. So
that's not how the past do business. You know.
no, in the past don't do business like that, and I think that's why they're so successful. You know, because they're just so good in handling situations like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Once again, it comes down. Nothing is a distraction for them.
Nothing.
You know.
is.
So, and that's why, like, when you really, I don't know, Doug.
Yes.
You talk about someone that could that from him. You know, I mean, he has said some good things. He, during a presser, he said, I'm not going to talk about the Patriots because it's about us. We've got here, and we're going to move forward. However, do you believe that?
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's just Bill Belichick's countenance is as such that it just, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get any emotion, whether it be happy, whether it be sad, whether it be mad, whatever. You don't get anything. Probably, you know what? I'd be curious to see. I guess that's a good question that I'd want to ask Bill Belichick, is if he'd be up for playing a game of poker with with me and my buddies sometime.
Hey,
because
Oh, listen, man. I'm sorry to cut you off, man. I have to play this. I have to. Because we were talking about it. I didn't want to go through it all. I had to find that one clip, and you'll never hear Bill Belichick ever saying this. Okay?
Hey, Coach Mora, we're gonna throw a playoffs party in my backyard. Big screen TV, lots of cold, refreshing Coors Light.
You kidding me?
No, we're even gonna play touch football with the neighbors.
I don't care who you play.
Coach, there's going to be girls at our party. You think we should talk to them about the playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. Playoffs?
Frost brewed Coors.
It could be week 13, and the Patriots could have lost every game, and I bet you Bill Belichick wouldn't even say that.
Oh yeah, no.
Because he'll still have faith. So let me ask you this.
As far as scoring, I see it. I kind of going out on a limb here, but I see it. Pats 20, Eagles 17.
You see that?
I see Philadelphia. If anything, I see Philadelphia taking an early lead by 10, going into quarter number 2. All right.
I see Patriots 53. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine if it was a blowout like that.
Oh God. And when are we going to see the next Pats blowout? Because if you look at it seems like every game that they play, they have you on the edge, as the edge of your seat. And I'm wondering, I of course, in my heart of hearts, I would absolutely love it. I'm looking at it in a realistic perspective, though.
If it was 53-3, let me ask you this:
jeez,
that's a good question to ask.
Man, would you absolutely it was 53-3? No, that's not the way. Tom.
Regular season game.
Even if it was regular season, it'd be tough to pull them out. It'd be very difficult.
Do you think for a Super Bowl they'll leave him in there for just to do the nailing?
Oh, of course, absolutely. Because it's going to be a 6 ring if that's the case. I mean, you want to be the, you know what, and that's, if you think about it, that's the way the Patriots play. They play 60 minutes. Including the kneel downs. That is also inclusive of that 60 minutes. Is he going to be there for it? Of course. Absolutely.
You and I will be, wait, now, one last question. We got 5 minutes left. One last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go to the parade?
Oh, yeah. I'd go to the parade, yeah.
During the day? You might have to work, my friend.
Oh, please. I'll claim that I have an acute illness. So,
we'll do this together?
You know what? I feel...
Man, you're not looking that good.
Sorry, jeez, I feel like I'm coming down with something already.
Man, you're not looking that good, man. I'm Jordan. I'm sorry.
Jeez, I might have to call out like the whole next week. I mean, the way things are going, you know.
But no.
Real quick. Now, I was going to ask you this, by the way. Did you attend that? You attend the send off or no?
Yes.
Oh well, okay. Well, talk about that. What did you see during that send off?
Nothing.
Nothing. Come on, nothing inspirational. Like, I mean, what would the?
From here.
Nice.
I didn't go. Listen, man. I'm happy I didn't, because that's a right there. Honestly, God, I went last year and it was fun. Brady gave a couple of things to say. It was more into it.
Yeah.
Here, Brady said two things and he bolted.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. But that's kind of goes into the whole mantra. Let's do what we need to do, kind of thing.
So Patriots win the Super Bowl. You and I go to parade.
It's a deal, my friend. It's a deal.
We interview.
And we interview him. Absolutely.
We can interview live with the microphone.
I don't know how sober I'm gonna be, but
I don't care. Okay, Touchdown and Rich weren't sober either this morning.
Oh, good.
They are dropping F-bombs.
Well, I don't. I mean, they're like literally doing their show from the Mall of America.
Have you been there?
The Mall of America?
Yeah.
No, I have not even stepped.
I heard it's a nightmare there.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean,
why do they call it the Mall of America? Why do they call it the Mall?
A big shout out to any of you guys on Talk Radio who are there at Radio Row and that have put up. I know you guys don't like to complain about the living arrangements that you've been dealt with, but I gotta give you credit. I mean, there must be nothing worse than doing your show and there's a Chick-fil-A and a Shake Shack right back at you, and tons of people coming and bombarding you from God only knows where.
So the next Super Bowl there next year, for example, that will never happen.
Ooh, real quick, can we talk about this real quick? Bring the Super Bowl to New England. What do you think about bringing the Super Bowl to New England?
Who said that? Years they have.
Yeah. Come on, New England. Let's actually have a Super Bowl that is played out in the elements. It would be certainly a test of intestinal practically for every team. I mean, you earned it. You earned your spot. Well, you know what? You play. All right. Be like the Pro Bowl. You play in the Super Bowl, and we're gonna. Let's.
My friend, freeze them.
That's what I'm saying. Actually, if anything, okay. Will you admit that some of the best you've seen? Oh,
yeah, of course.
All right. I mean, we think about the time that they beat those Colts, those pesky Colts, right? And I mean, what were they doing? People were throwing snow, throwing snow up in the air. It was amazing. That's natural right there, all right?
And it's organic and it's vegan.
Precisely.
Yeah, I can't hurt you.
Just like this lovely cup of coffee.
Was that a plug?
Nah,
Was that a plug?
It's a shameless one. I don't know if it's organic or not, but
no. But
I'm not going to mention your supplier.
So, this question: do you think the Patriots would go to the Super Bowl if it was here in New England?
Absolutely. What a team! I was going to say, and what a team! It would have been good if. And that's what I'm saying. That's why.
Last time
and then Brady can retire after that. All right?
The last time I remember game, they played the Chicago Bears in Chicago. I don't know if you remember this. They blew them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You talk about a team.
It was 53-3.
But I think
I
think if the league wants to gain any respect back, if they want to gain any respect back, based on I know that they like to play on these neutral playing surfaces or whatever. But you know what? Football, all right, in nice
indoor
weather. You know what? It's meant to be played no matter what the situation. Why not? Now's a chance for the NFL back, and let's get the.
But no, you remember in New York?
Yeah,
it was freezing.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. All right, if you can do it in New York, I'm sorry, we're only about what's the big difference?
3 hours away.
It was like 3.5 hours away. Come on, that's what I'm saying. Granted, it is a crapshoot, all right, because God forbid if they actually had the Super Bowl. Well, actually, you know what? If the Super Bowl was played tomorrow in New England, all right, it would be 45 degrees and rainy, and that's great. And I think that would be great football weather. All right, played in the elements. Ever played football in the snow?
Yeah, I played with you.
All right. In the snow, we've never played in the snow.
We've
We've actually, if anything, I hate to say this, my friend.
No.
I've been very disappointed. It's always
the first in the snow. It was after the. It was after.
I'm talking about like with snow on the field, though, my.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they wasn't. Yes, it
That's what I'm
was.
saying. Every day we played, it's been nice. Give me a game where the elements come into play. That's the true test of a team. That's the true.
Amen. Can't hear amen. No. Yeah, thanks. I hear amen. But no. One last thing before we sign off. Roger Goodell wants to change the catch rule. What do you think about that?
Roger Goodell, what? Say it again.
Roger Goodell
wants
to change the catch rule. What is the catch?
Change the catch rule. Oh, by that surviving the ground thing?
Yeah. Do you want to survive the ground?
Nah, I like the surviving the ground. I like it. You know, it's retaining possession.
All right, what do you think about the replay crap?
The replay? Yeah. Any replays?
Stop him, right?
Exactly. And, you know, I'd say...
If you 30 seconds.
From a purist, let them just play the game. There's way too many flags that have been thrown. And, you know, people will say, oh, well, that's, you know... if anything, it goes for the Patriots. So why are you saying that? Well, forget it. Just I think the refs get involved way too much. This whole instant replay thing takes way too much time. All right, I'd just say, just come on, let them play the game. Let the game just be played. That's it. You know, it's why are we letting football games go into like 4-hour contests here? You know, come on, we have Ellen's Game of Games to watch.
I
Hashtag Ellen's Game of Games.
Do you even know what you just got an iPhone, not even. It's like a smartphone. You just got kid had a flip phone. I swear to God, the thing was from 1998. It was so big and thick.
Hey, well, at least my cheeks are not getting in the didn't get in the way of that thing, unlike this piece of junk that I have now.
What I've been trying to do, I've been sending this kid
I'm pulling
pictures.
a Belichick. You know what Bill Belichick would say? He was like, well, I don't know what this face chat is. You know, so. That's a distraction.
But he knows.
Moving on.
Really doesn't know the name of it by now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Of course he does. He's just messing around with people. You know?
Face chat, my sneakers. You know.
He's well aware. You know?
Yeah, but all right. So, are we gonna be back on? You tell me right now.
We can do, if you want. We can do next Saturday.
All right, the next Saturday it is. For all you lovely, happy Philadelphia people.
And I'm sure we'll have a nice little recap of what we've talked about on the show as of tonight. Also, we'll have a lovely little recap on, of course, on the Super Bowl. It's gonna be played tomorrow. Maybe we can also get into some Celtics news, you know. So go C's. But anyway, as always, my friend, it's been an absolute pleasure. All right. You know, maybe by our modes of persuasion, we can, you know, if Philadelphia can act classy, you know, and keep it in their pants for the during the duration of the game, you know. I'm just putting it out there. Like I said earlier, it's a day of miracles. Anything can happen, you know. So
anything can happen.
Of course, you know, we're gonna keep it classy here as we always do. So, oh, you know, we didn't even get to our trivia, by the way. You want to do one trivia?
Do one trivia. Got the music for you.
All right. In 2014, this player broke the New England Patriots all-time scoring record, 200 points. Who do you think it is?
And I looked at the sheet and I don't remember. Hey! Oh, no, because
it's not Tom Brady.
No, it's not Tom Brady.
The guy who kicks the ball. Come on. Yeah, thank you.
Wait,
thank you, Rachel. Yeah, it's Stephen Gostowski. Yeah.
No kidding.
All right, give her the $10,000.
Wait a second. Hold on.
All right, go ahead, shoot.
Go.
Chance to redeem yourself here. All right. Gillette Stadium serves up to about 2,000 pounds of this popular concession item at the average Patriots home game. What concession? 2,000 pounds of it, my friend. No.
I don't know.
You're the one who printed these out. All right, I'll give you a clue. All right, I'll give you a clue. It's something that you put in a bun.
Hamburger. You're gonna let me cue that up? What?
Well, you're getting close. It is tubular in its shape. Think of another
sausage.
Bingo. Well, sausage to be specific, but close enough.
I did not say that part.
Should we give this one man one more chance to redeem himself with another trivia question? All right, good. All right. How about this one? Okay. This hard hitter joined Tom Brady as a member of Major League Baseball's 1995 draft class before the two teamed up again to lead the Patriots to Super Bowl glory in 2001. That's a good one. Very good question. Who was he?
Do you know?
All right. Who's someone? Clues on this one. Who is someone that represents another person in a court of law? What's another word for a defense attorney?
What did he say it was?
I don't know.
Someone who represents someone else in a court of law.
Bill Belichick.
Thank you. A lawyer. His first name was a lawyer. Lawyer. I'm telling you, it's a miracle.
What were you saying?
Jeez, I'm telling you, this guy has a slew of trivia questions here. Yet, figure at least look at the cheat sheet. He's got one. What do you say? We'll get one more. All right. This former quarterback is the only Patriot besides Tom Brady to throw a touchdown pass in the 2014 postseason.
Say it one more time.
This former quarterback is the only Patriot besides Tom Brady to throw a touchdown pass in the 2014 postseason.
Oh, Edelman.
See, I'm telling you, this guy knows his stuff. You know?
All right. Jordan, thank you again, my friend.
No problem. Pleasure
Hopefully by
always.
next time I have a freaking phone hooked up here.
Okay.
Trying. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And remember, once we get things hooked up, we welcome your inquiries, whether good, bad, otherwise. That's what we're about. Any disclaimers you want to mention before we sign off?
No, I just want to say, hey, listen, keep listening. Send us stuff to talk about. Hey, if you want to come by, come by. And I personally have no problem with that whatsoever.
Well, only if you're a Patriots fan, though, right? Or,
you could be an Eagles fan. I don't give a crap about that. I really
I thought
don't.
you had a sign hanging up on your door saying,
what, Eagles fan?
well, no Eagles fans,
No Eagles fans allowed?
need not pass.
All right. This is the Justin and Jordan Show. We just want to say have a great day.